AI is really great, and you can draw upon the power of AI to do things like categorize tasks or work. You can also use AI to check if work meets certain requirements. Um, so AI can help sort of triage and decide, like, do we have enough information here to move forward? During planning, we've seen that AI is really helpful at doing things like conducting background research to inform those plans, pulling out relevant information and surfacing that up so it's easier to speed up the planning process. And AI, again, is also really great at making recommendations. So that's another way that it can help with planning. When it comes to execution, um, execution might look different depending on the type of work you're doing. But the ways that AI can help are with things like translation, creating text content, which obviously, like, the opportunities there are endless, and also answering questions based on sources. And then finally, um, during reporting, AI can help by doing, summarization and synthesis and pulling out insights. And another way that AI helps with reporting is that if you've used it upstream to do some of that categorization, downstream the reporting will actually be, consistent and reliable because you've had AI help do that work automatically. So first, what I'm going to do is actually show you the AI-powered workflow, and then I will show you under the hood how we built it using AI Studio. So as we've been discussing today, often the first stage of a workflow is the intake step. And so what you're looking at right now on screen is actually a form that the creative team has set up. And they've set this up so that they can collect new requests from folks in marketing and the broader sales organization whenever they need new creative assets to be produced. So let's imagine that I'm a marketer at the organization Phoenix Inc. I'm in this forum because I have an upcoming video campaign and I need video assets to be produced. So let's imagine that I go in here, I've typed my name, my email, I've given a little bit of detail about my project, and I'm going to add a date by which I need this asset to be produced. So go ahead and submit. See, that has gone through. Now I want to show you actually what has just happened here. All right, so what you're looking at right now, this project has been set up to manage incoming requests. So this is the creative production team's space, and they've set this up to receive and action on those requests. Um, let's have a look here. This is the request that I just submitted, real time. And what you can see is all those details that I filled out in the form are in this task here. And now I think what's interesting and what I want to call out is that AI has actually done a QA check here. And as you can see, I'm going to expand this comment. AI has responded to me and actually said, thank you so much for that request. But we actually need more information. And so I think what's really interesting is that before AI was built into this workflow, this is a step that would have needed to be managed by creative producers. So they would look at this request, they would maybe have to read it over and say, hold on a second, I can't get started on this because I don't have all the information I need. But what's amazing here is that AI is actually doing that sort of tedious administrative task of doing that kind of like triage and request for more information. So let me just grab. I have I have some copy ready to go to answer these follow-up questions from AI. So let me just grab that, and I'm gonna show what it looks like. All right, so I'm gonna go in here and actually just respond to the AI. So this is bolded. That does not need to be bolded. All right, so what I've done here is I've actually just left a comment responding to AI's follow-up questions. As you can see, there's this bar at the bottom saying these rules are running. And I don't know if you caught this, but this item, my request actually just moved from the QA check part of the project down here to prioritization. What that means is that AI is actually taking action related to prioritization right now, and you can see this real time. Okay, a couple things happen that I want to speak to. Um, so What's happened here is that AI has actually filled out all these fields for me. And so you can see that AI actually has suggested the priority of this work, and it's noted that it's a P1. It's also added fields representing the type of work, of creative work that's being requested, the target audience, and suggested approvers. And what you're seeing here is a visual overview of this workflow we've designed. And as you can see, there are many different sections here, and these sections map to different stages of that workflow, as we've discussed. So intake, planning, execution, etc. So let me actually dive in and show you how we've woven AI into this workflow. So first off, there are different rules at these stages of work. And so what you're looking at right now is the anatomy of a rule that includes AI in it. Um, Basically, the way the rule works is that there's a trigger event, and that's what like leads the AI to be summoned and sort of like put into action. There is a condition that is checked, and AI can help there, or it can be sort of more hard-coded automation rules. And then there is an action that you specify saying, okay, based on if that condition is true, take this action. And if I click in here, you can see that where it says set up with AI, this is sort of the zone where you then provide instructions to the AI. So these are really simple instructions. This is the stage at which AI is actually just looking at the incoming request and assigning, rewriting and giving a name to it so that it has a more descriptive name. And so you can see here's where we've provided the instructions telling it that that's what we want it to do. Another thing I want to call out here is that you have power over the model that you use. And so as you can see, we're using Claude 3.5 Sonnet for this, this naming action. So I want to quickly just show you two other places where we've set up rules with AI. So this is that moment where AI is doing that quality assurance check, and it's trying to decide, hey, do we have enough information to actually move forward on this thing? And as you can see here, we've given instructions around, what it looks like to actually have enough information. So you can see we've said these submissions will have enough information if, and then we've provided 3 things that we want AI to check for. And then finally, I just want to show you one more because this is where things get really interesting and also a bit more complex. This is the stage at which we are having AI make that decision around prioritization. And now we know that organizations and even like often every team within an organization might have a different set of criteria for what counts as P0 versus P1 versus P2. And so this is just showing that you have control over guiding AI on how to assign priority. And so here we've provided our own set of criteria for what counts as those prioritization. So yeah, that was a quick glimpse. I'm not going to go over every rule because we've woven it into many different stages here, but that should hopefully give you a bird's eye view of how we've embedded AI into this workflow and how that allows AI to jump right in and provide value in the place where teams are doing work.